you can have an E-grab that will buy you a lot of time for your next wave. I've also seen E-grabs that don't buy any time, just result in a fight that can't be picked up in midfield because it's easily fielded. I've seen it go both ways. It just depends on what's happening.
And that's when it comes to teamwork, knowing your team, and sometimes luck. Sometimes that
Yeah.
person gets away with the flag with an E-grab when he shouldn't have because the team missed some stupid shots and just couldn't get the chain down. Which I've been in those situations like, how the hell am I getting out of here?
There's so many things that go into tribes. Your teamwork, your communication, your cohesion as a group, your individual skill, shooting things. I love to watch tribes for that reason. It sounds like to me you're saying Boats and Hose took the match overall.
They did take it, but then with the rematch, we saw Team Experiment come back really hard. They actually had the game at 2-2, and it was a good game. I was saying, like, even though they lost that the second map 5-2 instead of 5-1, those last 3 caps that Boats and Hose made was just quick back to fronts, and Diamond Sword put up the fights. This time they actually had people on defense. They escorted the capper home. They really picked up their game, and I'm glad they did the rematch because they really picked up their name, not only their game.
I'm happy for those players, who left Dinosaur to go play for Experiment that have been able to stay together and keep their teamwork going because they are going to have skills they developed in the last team that they're going to bring to the next one. We have Persian here from ZFZ. Tell us a little bit about what happened just now. Can you explain to us while we were waiting for 20 minutes between maps? Persian might be muted, I'm not sure. Maybe Discord can tell us about that.
I have to mute my guys, hold on. Those guys are pretty loud. Go ahead. One more time, how you doing?
Okay, hello. Real fast, let me ask Saticus and Discord for their input, past input real fast before I get Persian. Tell us about Boats and Hose versus Team Experiment.
Sada, why don't you take it?
I guess I'll jump on that. I'm not sure. Are we done? Like, are we not doing another one? I'm not sure. Our team's confused still.
Us
I
too.
was confused too.
Us too.
Yeah, I think
let me handle that real fast. So Persian, about ZFZ versus Boss. It was a best of 5. It became a best of 3. How did that all come about, from your point of view?
Well, we were setting up to just play the game, and we had agreed beforehand a few ground rules, and one of them was that we wouldn't try to push for our West servers because we have 6 guys on West, because we know that they have 1 guy in London. But at the same time, we just set off to play and everything was going well. We had discussed earlier, we scrimmed them a while back, and they taught us a whole bunch of stuff about what we were doing wrong, but we decided, we were talking about inf capping before the game and how a lot of teams just want to not do it, just as a gentleman's agreement not to do it.
Really? So I've never noticed that. I haven't been around the pickup scene very much, but I didn't know that people were talking about that.
I don't know. The only team I know in US who still does it is Deadstop, and the last game I saw was Deadstop Mrs. Stack and Hack, and Blitz was inf capping until Projectile called him out, and I don't know about called him out. I guess if you're Deadstop, you'll say wine. If you're Stack and Hack, you'll say it. All
right.
And then you stop.
Your personal opinion, Persian.
I apologize. My personal opinion
is it overpowered?
I think that it's actually it's up to the community if you want good competition to ease a little bit of the pressure away from the devs. If there is something that is like imp capping, that is, to answer your question, yes, absolutely. You shouldn't do it.
So is your tack then to abuse it to prove it's overpowered, or to just say we shouldn't have this? What do you think?
Oh, what do you mean abuse it to prove that it's overpowered?
Okay. I mean, I've known players in tests for games say, well, they find a mechanic, so they show how strong it is so that the devs will respond, as opposed to whining about it.
That's true, but you also got to think of the scale of these patches, right? So if every patch there's something that is broken, and we're just going to keep playing on the broken system, all you're going to do is cultivate a competition environment that is pretty crappy. Otherwise, you could do what the Euros do and try to somehow have some kind of community agreement to not do something that is going to get looked at in the next patch or two.
Well, let me put my 2 cents in this topic, because back in Legions we had the kind of the same thing, like no more than 2 snipers per team, no more than this and that, because there was a couple of mechanics in the game that were broken that a lot of people would get mad about. Just like, remember 2 strikes, when the strikes were overpowered? People didn't want to play because it's like, whoever has the best striker wins. That's what it comes down to.
And how did that work with the Legion's community?
And it almost, I wouldn't say broke apart the community, but it really made people like, oh, we're doing set rules again. Come on, the game's made the way it is. Just play it the way it is. And the other half would be like, no, I don't want to. It's broken mechanics. I don't want to get owned by 2 snipers, 3 snipers. So I don't want to have
there
any
was not
limitations.
solid agreement on that. I gotcha. So
No, I think we should just go with whatever the game's given us. And the game's in beta still. We are testing it for a reason. And, you know, Stack and Hack did two strikers back in the day, you know, defeating everyone. And that's, you know, that's, again, the strike was powerful. This time
you know,
it's the
I've
infiltrator
heard,
capper.
I've heard that Europeans do 2 strikes whenever they can also. So real fast, we're also confused about Staticus game. What happened with Boats and Hose versus Team Experiment? Why are you confused about what the series is length is going to be?
A little bit of confusion all the way around. We started out on Catabatic. We took that pretty handily at 5-1. Then we jumped over to Crossfire. We were going to continue on. Turns out the main match from BG, I think you guys jumped in there just as we started, so we said, all right, no problem. Jumped over to Dry Dock. They tried the Tau strat, but they didn't quite, so we played it twice, essentially. But the first time we played, they did an all-out 7-man O. I was on their flag stand as LO going, I think it's clear unless they're all infiltrators. So I kind of just stood around for a little bit, and then their strat worked. They got the flag off the stand, but the thing that didn't work is that they didn't understand they had to suicide and come home to force the standoff. So they just stayed on our stand, and of course we had their flag, we brought it home, and it was such a cluster we were able to cap.
I gotcha.
Or I was able to wait on their stand and wait for the one sole guy with our flag to come to me, and then I would just duel him and win.
So the lack of depth of understanding caused them to lose a war of attrition on your stand.
Exactly. If they had their strat was exactly right, and we did that. We switched to a little bit more offensive off the start, just on the first play of the game, and then after that we just did a timing strat, which we worked really hard on. But basically, if they had have suicided and come home to support their capper, we probably would have seen a hard standoff game, which they did a little more of in the second game, and we kind of got away with it in the end.
But let's go back to why you're confused with what the series length should be. How many games did you play total? 3?
Well, we ended up playing 3, 2 on Dry Dock in a row.
And
out of courtesy of them
is that
wanting
how
to try
you-
a strat.
Is that official Beyond Gaming scrim you all did?
No, that was entirely put together in the last day.
So you were just practicing and it went well in your favor. Did you learn anything tonight?
Yeah, well, we did some DO, just our team, before the game, and worked on, like I said, we wanted to go, I don't want to say too much about our strat, but a heavy O off the start, and then just sit back and start timing, basically with one cowboy capper and one set capper, and just work on our LO timing. And I think we did really well tonight. We worked well as a team. We proved that I think we're getting closer to be ready to take on the top teams. Obviously, we're still new. We've definitely put out a good reputation, I think, so far, but I don't think we're quite there. But tonight we proved we're close. You
mentioned a heavy. I was tickled to see Cyanide running heavy offense, just like Tribes 1 gave me. I'm sure Digital was very happy to see that as well. Persian, how did you decide to do that? What brought that about that you decided to do heavy offense in Tribes Ascend?
For once, you can now dug and keep them kind of defended, right? Beforehand, you didn't have that chain. Other than that, actually came down to the fact that when we try to low, you get snipe bait. You become snipe bait. A wonderful little combination is infiltrators and juggernauts. Just because you can inf when you need to at the last second, and you can jug to clear the flag stand of body blockers or
I love your team's sort of solid, flexible play. I noticed Cyanide changed classes a lot. I saw Kudos changed also. Kev changed a lot.
Kudos changes are planned. Cyanide changes are never planned. You don't control the Cyanide. We've tried giving him strats. It doesn't work. He just does what he wants.
He wants all infiltrator capping.
I see Link is in here. He's muted though. I'm not sure if he's able to talk to us or what. I'm not sure which team he's from either.
Relevance.
Well, I'm trying to figure out who he's here to talk for or about or against or whatever he wants. So Persian, tell us, is your relationship with Boss harmed now? Do you think you're going to be friendly with him in the future, or what's going on?
I don't know. I think these are beta scrims, and I mean I'm playing
they don't count for anything.
Absolutely, it's for fun. And so when we set up these scrims, it's anybody who has bad blood or anybody who's going to play a style we don't really want to play with. We just won't. There's nothing on the line. It's not the OGL number 1s here, and it's not 99. If we like the way you play, if it's not going to be difficult every time, if we don't have to like bend an arm to get servers or map sides or shit like that, then just not going to play it. It's a video game. I'm here after hours for fun.
We're all here for fun. It was very. Fire's here.
I'm not here for fun. I'm here winning only.
What? Which team is Fire on? Is he from Dead Stop? Is that right, APC?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he. I think he wanted to put in a couple cents. He wanted to say something.
Did he
Because
play
I think
tonight?
he's been watching.
Oh, okay. Well, Craig, do you want to have Fire come up here?
I'll
Popping is important.
All right, Fire. Why are you here? What do you have to say to us?
Huh? Nothing actually. I just wanted to listen in. My audio was stuttering on the cast, so I wanted to listen.
Oh, so you come to the TS to listen instead of listen to the cast. Thanks a lot, buddy.
I can't. I told you.
Is that? Let me watch the cast.
It's
Because,
tough.
is that for everyone?
My university.
No, it sounds fine to me.
Yeah, I didn't see anyone complaining about it. I just reset it. Maybe it'll fix it. I don't know.
Call your ISP, Fire.
It's my university's internet. They kept my
Anyone
internet speed. That's
have an idea what team his Link is from, who he's speaking for or against, or
No, Link is.
Fire.
No one's heard of this guy.
Slink? BFF.
He probably just got whitelisted yesterday.
oh yes, Ryuko Link. That's right. He's BFF.
Yeah,
or
Yeah,
he was.
he's BFF's leader, I think.
Is
That's,
BFF
probably,
still?
that's why you probably don't know him.
I know that they. No, I know BFF. Maka's a good friend of mine. He's been playing with us for a
Love
while.
Maka.
But yeah, Maka. Yeah, the Ryuko Link has been talking to me for a while about BFF. They've been. I think they're still around. They've been screen teams this weekend, I think. I'm not sure why he's in here, but whatever. I don't have a whole many more questions. Anyone got any questions for
He's
either
a
of the?
squatter. He's in our Mumble too, and he just sits there muted as well. I think he does that.
Kind of
Like, turns it
creepy.
up.
But
He's in
do we
ours a
have
lot, too.
questions for any of the casters or teams, players that we have in
How
here
did-
for now?
How was the Pathfinder usage in the other game? 'Cause
Hey, I'm
this whole
gonna
game,
let you finish, but Beyonce had the best record of all time. I just want to you guys know.
Yo, I'm gonna let you finish, but I had the best llama grab cap of all. Oh wait, there was a flag glitch. I went right through it.
Oh boy. Okay.
you guys had a flag glitch
Question
too?
was Pathfinders. We see a lot of Pathfinders in this patch. Persian, you've noticed that? I'm sure you've seen that.
Yeah, actually, yeah. The question was about our game, I guess. So I'll jump in. I think I'm the only one here from our game. Really good on our main capper. Budzor's hitting roots right now in Katabatic at 290 to 310 grab. On Drydog and Pathfinder, he was running Pathfinder on Drydog. He was planning on running Raider or slash Scrambler on Crossfire. But yeah, we were running a heavy capping on Pathfinder. The other time that came in really good handy was on a standoff return. The Nitron came into play. For the most part, we're not running it with a lot of people, just mostly Budzor, but we've definitely seen it work. The other guy that's been running it a little bit is Viper with the jump pack on defense to help chase, and he's been very effective. He's pretty much played jumper since the start of the game. I don't know why he really likes it. So yeah, we're definitely seeing really good usage for it. We're definitely seeing it be way more relevant.
The pre nerf, first patch jumper in the closed beta was a lot of fun. I liked it a lot. I thought it was gonna be a fun class, but then they nerfed it to the ground. I'm glad it's sort of back with a chain gun and nitrons and whatever else. So Budzor sounds familiar. Is that a T1 player?
He was.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
Budzor was
He
a
was,
T1
he was
player.
actually in that video I just watched a few days ago. It was the best of the best too.
Yes, that's right.
He was in that a lot.
I was certain of that name. So how'd you pick him up? I know you were a Call of Duty player.
Like I said, it's kind of interesting how our team came together, and I'm actually kind of impressed we put a team together this quickly as a new team. Basically, I started out and gathered together with a couple of Call of Duty players that said they were going to play the game. We brought across, obviously we started out as Animosity Gaming, which is an organization that did a bunch of different games, one of them being Call of Duty. That was my connection there. We started out and we just basically picked good players out of pubs, knowing that the game was new. There was a chance that a new team could possibly be good and new players could possibly be good.
So
One of
wow.
those
So you-
players we just happened to grab and ask was Budzor.
Another
So
was
you-
Frozen. Frozen was a
You
2-1 player.
straight recruited him off a pub, and he said yes.
100%.
Surprised he didn't get with the
100%.
stride that he
Well,
knows.
Well, that's the thing, and he came in and said, I don't really know who's playing the game yet. I don't know who's going to be competitive. I'll start playing with you guys. And it started to mesh. We picked up Frozen and Casual in the exact same way. They're both Tribes 1 players. So it just, I guess it
Frozen
goes
also
to
in the same
show.
video.
Yeah, it goes to show it's a little bit of luck. We got a little bit of luck that, what are the odds that we'd pick up such good players and such known players completely out of pubs, completely randomly. But also, the luck that we got was just that we all worked well together, and we
Awesome
all agreed
scouting.
to play. Yeah,
Well,
well,
I
it's
mean-
kind of interesting. You can pick a good player out of a pub. I mean, a good player's a good player.
You, Sadakis, are a good friend of mine. You're obviously a cool personality. That's probably why you meshed so well with these 3-1 vets who you want to see solid leadership and good times. They want to play for fun. Obviously, you're right. It was very confusing when the game came out and no one was sure who all will be playing. We've just seen so many names come back from big tribes and big competition have just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Very cool to see. Viper is here. Viper also on your team, is that right?
Vipers, I just want to quickly say too though, but not only did we come together as a team, I barely lead. I take care of some of the management stuff, but everyone puts input in that's played the game, so it's really a team effort all the way around. You can ask Buds or Viper, he'll tell you all about it.
I don't remember Frozen's name from Best of the Best 2, that great Tribes 1
He
highlight
was?
video. What was his name?
Frozen. It was just Frozen. He was
It
in
was
that
Frozen?
video
Okay.
also.
I'm sorry, I haven't watched it in a while. It's been a
Yeah,
few
I
years.
just watched it recently, and I was looking at the names like, hey, those guys, they're on boats and hoes.
Funny story, I ran into Fanicapan, also known as Pero in Legions,
Pero.
and he had apparently lost his mid-air video, and I said, I have it on my hard drive, I'll send it to you. And that was how I met Pero.
That's cool. Actually, a funny story I have with me and Viper, well, we were talking shit sometimes in pubs together.
Watch the names, please.
We were
You're
shit
sponsored.
Oh, it's
for
alright. No,
all
it's
agents.
alright.
Oh, we're post
This
game
this
review,
story
sorry.
is really funny. Actually, I was there
Yeah,
when
this
this
story's
happened.
pretty funny.
Is this
Me
another
and
4
Viper
hour
played
history
in
of
pubs
Call of Duty?
together. And we've talked shit about our teams and stuff, and we wanted to play each other. The first time he comes into TeamSpeak 3, I recognize his voice, and he turns out to be one of my friends from my school. Like, of all the people in like the world to talk shit to, I was talking to some guy I know, you know?
The funny thing was,
He lived in my freshman dorm, freshman year.
Yeah, last year.
it was
that
also
was
in a
Viper?
pug, and everyone in the
Yeah.
pug was like, "No way, this just happened. There's no way."
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I didn't believe it. I
Awesome.
still don't.
Oh, no,
That's awesome.
It's totally true. We've talked about tribes in real life, too.
That is,
Yeah.
Just like the nerds
He's
we
in my
are.
class tomorrow at 8:40.
Yeah.
that's
Which
a
I
great
have to do the
story.
homework for
I
still.
don't know if you heard the story, but we found out that Bytor and Sons on Void Engineers are literally, Bytor and his 2 sons are playing together on
Oh,
that
yeah.
team.
They played
Yeah,
Legions
I
as
said
well.
that.
With Void Engineers.
They've been playing together for so long.
I mean,
Oh,
Void
I play
Engineers is a
video
very
games
old
with
name
my
for
kid.
Tribes.
I'm putting that on my bucket list, by the way.
What, play Tribes with your
Play
kids?
tribes
Oh
with
yeah,
kids.
absolutely. First, I gotta have a kid, but yeah.
You're putting Bytor since on your bucket list?
Oh, iceberg.
All right.
So
Well,
did you
I
guys
don't-
watch the Euro Hindsight versus,
Dude, Creature is
I don't
so fast.
yeah, it's a great game.
Creature's good. Crystal Light's good,
That's a
too.
great competition
really
for
good.
#1 and #2. Do we have one for North America?
Uh,
like fire.
Not really. Stack
really
and Hack has
fire?
been kind of
Well,
on the. We've been on
actually,
rocky
I-
ground.
I don't know.
our
I
team
saw a
beat
scrim
Stack and Hack
yesterday, right? I was gonna say, was it
With Maka and
5-0, 5-0?
No, it was
Dead stop
5-4,
#1.
then 4-0. We beat Stack and
Dead
Hack.
stop's close. They gotta
Dead
be.
stop.
So
Desktop's in there
Does that mean
somewhere.
you're in first place now, AP Sizzle?
Of course, I'll always be in first place.
Oh, you're not Sizzle.
It's a,
I'm still
we
the
haven't had a
greatest jumper
ladder
of all
yet.
time.
Beyond Game is more of a tournament site, so it's not clear
Yeah,
who's
it's
the
just-
best of the best. The game's not
Still
there.
It's all
The game's not
I'm the
there.
best of the best.
I'm still the
So,
greatest
so you
jumper of all
confirm
time.
this, Sizzle. You confirm.
I don't know. Nakasuro loves that jumper.
Hey,
But-
hey,
I'm out of questions for the teams. We have had a lot of fun here tonight. Thank you very much everyone who came to help us out post game interview. Anyone else want to say anything about anything at all?
If you guys ever want me to cast, whether it's tribescast or anybody in the community, you like my stuff, I'm AP Sizzle on Twitter as well as on Twitch. I'm usually open to do any kind of cast. I love doing it. So give me
Yeah.
more experience, give me more times. I need feedback, I need complaints, I need all of it.
Yeah, and thanks a lot for
Were
jumping
you
into doing
playing
hers on
tonight? I
short
would have
notice.
invited you if I had known you were around.
Oh, I love it. Oh, yeah, I'm on Skype, I'm on IRC, I'm on TeamSpeak. You
TeamSpeak
can find me
3
anywhere.
always.
I
Yeah,
brought
I'm always
Vigilance
on
because I didn't know
Facebook.
where you were. I would have invited you otherwise.
APC's also a really good scramble player.
So definitely
Blah,
check out
blah,
that.
blah.
Yeah. Well, I also like that you jumped into ours and gave people a choice of what match they wanted to watch. I can't guarantee which one was better, but at least they could choose and see a little more of the action tonight.
I agree.
It's
We
kinda
have,
cool.
we have a good variety of casters in this game, but people either don't step out to find the caster to get it done, or vice versa, the caster doesn't step out trying to get it. So we need to get that collaboration, or maybe try to find some way where we could sign up teams and get casters or something. I don't know, but that's I think we need to get more into that. Like you said, we got to get multiple casts going rather than just
Yeah,
one
definitely.
focused one.
I am going to attempt to do a little bit of calendar scheduling at some point soon, where I can figure out who teams are playing and who can cast them. I want more cameras. Also, it's kind of hard to get everything cast with just one camera at a time. I do not have enough throughput on my bandwidth to do that myself, but
I could
am
do
thankful
it.
to Craig. Yeah, I
if
know you told me.
Tribescast, you want to do you want to do a second channel, you know, so you have two.
Yeah, we
people
have
on
a
the
we have a
Tribescast.
Tribescast 2 channel, so and that's
I can
all
run
set
that
up with
too.
pro account and
We're going to work on that. So thank
Awesome.
everyone. Thanks for coming out tonight to talk to us, and thanks for playing the games, giving us a show. We will check you. What tomorrow is the next cast?
I think that's
That's
stops,
fine.
right? I think that stops
We're
playing
playing
BFF maybe.
Oh,
Or I thought that was
Yes.
Tuesday. I don't know.
Tune in tomorrow.
No, it wouldn't
Yeah,
be tomorrow.
there's,
Tower of Tribe. Should be a great match.
Tower Tribe versus who?
Tower of Tribe versus Team ZFC at 9:30 Eastern.
Oh, that's gonna
Yeah.
be a
Rematch.
match.
That should be a
ZFC
good
Tau.
rematch. I know that Tao was very disappointed losing to ZFC in that sort of
I'm gonna,
we
I'm gonna open
plan-
up a gambling site for that one. That one's gonna be good.
I'll put 50 on it.
50
okay.
times on
That's
CSC.
right. If
Tau-
we
Tau has
start
come a long way.
losing, if we start losing again like the last time, we'll just have Stack and Hack jump in and ruin the scrim. We got backup plan.
Nice little reference to my story I told earlier on the air. I will check you all later. Y'all beautiful people, stay handsome. Watch esports, love tribes. Good night.
Love Tribes. Good night.
User disconnected from your channel. User disconnected from your channel.